Hi, everyone. One of our core values as a church in each of our locations is to build a community where everybody is welcome. Things like hospitality, unity, diversity, deep community. These things matter to God, and so they matter to us as well. And in a city like London, we have an amazing opportunity to live this out, with new people arriving into every corner of the city every single day. And you may have seen in the news that this year alone, the UK is expected to welcome between 120 and 300,000 people from Hong Kong. This will be the largest planned migration to the UK since Windrush. And so we thought this is an amazing opportunity for the church to welcome people who are moving to London and to the UK for the first time. And so a couple of weeks ago, I caught up online with a friend of mine called Kelvin. He was part of Christchurch London for about 7 or 8 years, a few years ago, moved back to Hong Kong in 2013. He estimates over a third of his 1,000+ strong church will be leaving Hong Kong this year alone. And so we thought this was a great opportunity to talk about this. You can see a longer version of this interview on our YouTube channel, but here is a snippet of some of what we talked about.
I left UK in end of 2013, so about 7-8 years, and it's flown by. Married. We've got 2 kids. One is 4 years old. One is 1 year old. If you can see through the window, there is my wife, and then some sort of kid over there.
Oh, fantastic!
Hello.
Oh, so cute! So cute. The stats we're reading here estimate that between 120 and 300,000 people from Hong Kong are going to be relocating to the UK this year alone. What are some of the most significant challenges that people moving over here are going to be facing, do you think?
There's going to be tons. I mean, I'm pretty sure they will have a plan. Whether that plan goes to plan is a totally different, conversation. So I think just welcoming them in, and you guys have this kind of hospitality, welcome them to your house. Just if you know a family, just like shower them with very uncomfortable love, which is like just invite them into your house, and it's like, hey, we're here for you. We understand. Lots of things aren't going to be working out for them. Jobs, they're going to face probably some sort of racism. They're going to face xenophobia. Kids are going to be adaptable. So it's all of this stuff. And it's like us, you guys are a very family church, right? So it's like people who've been through that before. I would say if you do have Asian families who have been through that process, to be empathetically, they've been through those experiences. God will use their experience to benefit others. Everybody's like, oh, like, what do you think about the schools around here? What do you think about? It's like, actually, it's not about the schools. It's about you land there. Do you have a church community? Because that's your, that's the first people you recon with, either a strong Asian church family or a multicultural one. But the ones that this is going to be your anchor. If it's their first time coming in, or they find like a new family or whatever in the supermarket, and it's like, hey, how's it going? Don't treat them as anything special. Again, they're not asylum seekers. They're not refugees. And then build that connection there, and then just listen to what they need.
Are there any easy mistakes that we could make as a church as we welcome people to London?
No stereotypes. I think I faced it, right? I don't always eat Chinese food. It's just open questions, right? I don't know Kung Fu. I don't watch Jackie Chan movies, and daddy. But this is when you meet, you try to connect with them on a level that you understand, but that's your understanding of that culture, right? So people come in, it's like, London's a bit foggy. It's like, no, London isn't foggy. London's foggy maybe like a week of the year, maybe. It's like, doesn't it always rain there? It's like, no, it's not always rainy there. Don't project something on them. It's like, oh, I heard it's really bad over there. It's like, yeah, that's why we left. Don't remind them, oh, it must be really hard. They have to feel at home. The parents, they're going to be resilient. The youth are going to be like, oh, like, I'm in this new place. I'm a bit scared. My English isn't that good. So how are you going to love them? How are you going to feel them? This is the place where they can, hang out. The end goal is for them, especially their kids, to belong in the church.
Kelvin, thank you so much for all of that. That's been super helpful.